Hey, I want to give you a quick walkthrough on what to expect with medical records and the part of the medical record that can win your case. You want your medical records in electronic format. You, as the patient, have the right to ask for the records in the format of your choice. One is print copies like paper, or electronic, which is usually sent to you as a flash drive or on a compact disc, something like that. You, as the patient, have the right to select electronic medical records as the route that you should always take. The maximum fee under a federal law called the HITECH Act of 2009 is $6.50 for electronic medical records. If you don't ask for electronic records, they will supply you with paper copies, and in New York State, they can charge up to 75 cents per page. And if your records are 1,000 or more pages, this can get really expensive. So never ask for paper copies of records. You want electronic medical records. Here's a little tip. They'll have a little certification. Certification will state that this is a complete and accurate copy of the entire medical record. That is absolute nonsense. You almost never will get the complete record despite that worthless certification. But here's the key things that you want to look for. Number one, the discharge summary. The discharge summary is a summary of what happened during a hospital care. The attending physician would prepare this, and he would say, this is the hospital course, this was the diagnosis, and here was the treatment. So first part of the record, look for the discharge summary. After that, you'll see there's a bunch of different records. The lab records will have all the blood work that you've had at the hospital. There will be imaging reports. So if you've had a CAT scan, an X-ray, an MRI, that will be in imaging reports. The radiology department may have their own part of the record. That's not included with the part that you get. So for example, the radiology department may have their own billing records. They may have their own requisition slips where the ordering doctor puts in the order for the imaging study. And you're not going to get those records unless you ask for them from the radiology department. And then you'll see consultation reports, which are if a specialist saw you. Let's say that you saw a cardiologist or an infectious disease physician during your time at the hospital, they would have what's called a consultation report. If there's an operation, there would be an operative report. The operative report would also include the anesthesiologist intraoperative anesthesiology report. Really important stuff. But the key record that you really want to look for in most cases are the nurse's progress notes. And the nurse's progress notes will take you pretty much every half hour or every hour how the patient is doing. In the intensive care unit, it may be as often as every 15 minutes. They're documenting vital signs, complaints, or symptoms that the patient is having. The nurse's notes make or break cases all the time. And it's the most common record that the hospital will not include. For whatever reason, they won't. So you need to make sure you've got the nurse's progress notes. They are often the key that can make or break your case. So that in a nutshell is really what you're looking for. But there's one other piece of this, and this is considered part of the medical record. It's called the audit trail. The audit trail is a printout that would have the date, the time, and the substance of any change of the electronic medical record. You are entitled to the audit trail if you ask for it. With 98% certainty, the hospital will refuse. They'll say, we're not giving you the audit trail. We don't even know what the audit trail is. Baloney, hogwash. They absolutely do, because under federal law, the audit trail is considered part of your medical record. So if you suspect that a doctor or a nurse added or subtracted to the medical record in a way that's suspicious, get the audit trail. Really important. In some cases, you also want to get the billing records to see what the hospital billed for. So these are all key parts of the case, and it's very critical for you to know that when you're looking at that medical record the first time, hopefully in electronic format, that you're looking through for all of these key parts of the medical records, most importantly, the nurse's progress notes. That is critical. If you don't have it, go back to the hospital medical records department and say, I don't have this part of the record, I don't have the discharge summary, we're missing the anesthesiologist intraoperative report. Let them know what they're missing. They'll give you the records in electronic format. Be an advocate for yourself or your family member. It's so important. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. We'd really appreciate it. If you leave a comment, I'm going to respond to it. Share this if you feel that it gives you value.